Backstage moments in WWE often reveal more than the matches themselves. And on Raw, fans witnessed a scene that hit straight to the heart of the Bloodline saga. Alone in his locker room, Jey Uso wrestled not with an opponent, but with the weight of family fractures and self-doubt. Then Cody Rhodes entered, not to challenge him, but to deliver a message from Jimmy Uso. What followed wasn't hype or bravado, it was raw honesty. In that quiet exchange, the foundation was laid for healing, resilience, and a new chapter in one of WWE's most emotional stories. Backstage drama that hit harder than any match. Backstage drama sometimes hits harder than anything inside the ring. And tonight on WWE RAW, fans witnessed a moment that cut straight to the heart of the Bloodline saga. Alone in his locker room, Jey Uso sat in silence, battling the weight of fractured family ties. Then came Cody Rhodes, carrying a message from Jimmy Uso and words that struck deeper than any promo. What followed wasn't just a pep talk, it was a raw human exchange that revealed cracks, hope, and the possibility of healing in one of WWE's most emotional storylines to date. The locker room silence before the storm. The cameras cut backstage after a heated night on Raw, and the energy shifted instantly. Away from the roaring chants and flashing lights, a quieter, heavier story played out. Jey Uso sat in silence, hoodie pulled over his head, his expression a mix of fatigue and inner conflict. This wasn't the Jey fans knew from high-energy entrances or fiery promos. This was the man beneath the spotlight, carrying the emotional burden of being the heart of a fractured dynasty. Then the door opened, and in stepped Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes brings Jimmy's concern. Cody wasn't there to challenge Jey or pick a fight. His tone was calm, steady, but laced with purpose. He told Jey he'd spoken with Jimmy and Jimmy was worried. That alone said everything. For Jey, the last thing he wanted was to be reminded of family complications. He brushed it off with a short, almost defensive reply saying Jimmy was just tripping and he was fine. But Cody didn't back away because he could see through the front Jey was putting up. Jey Uso's shield of denial. This side of Jey Uso has been building for months. He's always been torn between family loyalty and personal freedom, and when the bloodline fractured, he became the emotional center of the storm. But denial has been his shield. "I'm good, he told Cody, but his body language told another story. Shoulders slumped, eyes distant. Fans watching could feel it. Jey wasn't fooling anyone, not Cody, not the WWE Universe, and likely not even himself. Cody Rhodes draws from his own struggles. Cody had a choice, walk away or lean in. He chose the latter. With a deep breath, Cody connected with Jey not as a superstar, but as someone who had walked the same path. He spoke about carrying the expectations of a legendary family name, about nights when the business felt like it was breaking him apart. Cody admitted that isolating yourself might feel like strength, but it only raises walls higher. The real strength, he told Jey, comes from letting people in, friends, family, and fans who still believe in you, even when you've stopped believing in yourself. Leadership from the American nightmare. This wasn't a pep talk to hype up the next pay-per-view. This was Cody Rhodes showing leadership in the truest sense. He reminded Jey that when you feel lost, family and friends can be the ladder back up. He reminded him that the WWE Universe hasn't given up on him, even if he's wrestling with doubts. For a man like Jey, who has become the emotional anchor of the Bloodline saga, those words hit harder than any super kick or spear ever could. Jey Uso's turning point. The silence that followed was powerful. Jey lowered his gaze, breathing deeply, and then, finally, the wall cracked. He nodded slowly and told Cody he would find his way back to the top, no matter how hard the journey. Those weren't just words for the cameras. They were a declaration of resilience. For Jey, caught between being a twin, a cousin, and his own man, it was more than a career promise. It was a step toward reclaiming himself. Why Cody is the right messenger? Cody's presence matters here for a reason. He's not just another superstar inserting himself into bloodline drama. He understands it. As Dusty Rhodes' son, Cody has lived the highs and lows of carrying a legendary last name. He knows the feeling of standing in shadows and fighting to build your own path. Jey is Rikishi's son, part of a dynasty of Samoan greats. Both men share that struggle of expectation and identity. That's why Cody's words didn't feel forced. They felt authentic. Beyond titles and matches, this segment wasn't about championships or main event bragging rights. It was about Cody Rhodes proving why he has become the face of WWE today. His leadership isn't just measured in wins, but in how he elevates those around him. Cody has become a bridge in WWE between fractured families, rival egos, and competing legacies. And on this night, he was the bridge Jey Uso needed. The power of quiet storytelling. WWE is known for spectacle, but sometimes the quiet moments are the most impactful. A simple locker room scene with no chairs thrown, no scripted insults, and no physical brawls told a story stronger than many matches. It reminded fans that behind the grand entrances and larger-than-life personas, these are human beings with struggles, hopes, and vulnerabilities. Seeds of healing in the bloodline. No one expects the bloodline to magically heal overnight. Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, and Solo Sikoa all stand on their own paths now. But Cody's words planted a seed. They reminded Jey that no matter how fractured things get, there's always a way back, not just to the top of the card, but to a place of self-belief. This wasn't just about wrestling. It was about life, and that's what made the moment resonate. Cody Rhodes' expanding influence for Cody. This was another reminder of his growing influence in WWE. He's no longer just the top challenger or the American Nightmare chasing gold. He's become the heartbeat of WWE storytelling, weaving himself into every major narrative. Whether it's Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, or now Jey Uso, his presence gives stories weight, and moments like this prove why he's seen as not just a champion in the ring, but a leader behind the scenes. Final thoughts. In the quiet of a backstage locker room, a story unfolded that touched deeper than any headline match. Cody Rhodes stepped into Jey Uso's world with empathy, carrying Jimmy's concern and offering words that cut straight to the soul. Jey's promise to climb back, fueled by Cody's belief, wasn't just another promo. It was a human moment that WWE thrives on. This wasn't about wins or losses, it was about hope. And sometimes in wrestling and in life, hope is the most powerful storyline of all.